Flex, the livest one in the section. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed this morning. Oh, it is time to bleed this morning. What I have to talk about, you know, there's going to be a little bit of boxing in it, but it's not really it's all relevant. I'll just say that. Because the more I look at the landscape in my community, the more I am sick. I'm fatigued. You know that term everyone is using, black fatigue. Yeah, I'm fatigued. I'm disgusted. And if there's any hope, y'all gonna have to show me. Y'all gonna have to show me. Because I don't trust you. I don't trust you. Every time I turn around, there's something ridiculous going on. I don't trust you, you knuckle draggers. I really don't. Really don't. So let's do this roll call. Real Mr. Shelton, salute. Lost from the Jungle, Coach Hudson. And let me shout out Coach Hudson, because I saw your live yesterday. I was listening to the Lil Sis Sugar Free Mars Cook yesterday. And I said, you know what, let me just piggyback off of both of those streams, because this is how I've been feeling for the last decade. And no matter how much I try to when I see something that I could that there's like a glimmer of hope, and I rally behind something, you YNs seem to find a way to goof it all up. And that seems to be what you do. And you know what's sad? YNs, they'll look at this meme and they don't know who anybody is here. They couldn't name them. I'm telling you, I'm dead. These YNs are forgetting. They don't even know who Dr. King is anymore. I'm dead serious. Some of you YNs live on a Martin Luther King Boulevard somewhere in your city, and the murder rate on that corner is high. Yeah. 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 I'm not defending y'all anymore. I'm not coddling y'all anymore. I'm not even calling for therapy anymore. You YNs do what you want to do. So have at it. You have no idea. You have no idea how much you've helped the government in making them right by way of your behavior. Todd Swindle, Delano, Monta Musa, Joe, what up, Joe? Shogun, Mr. Tiptoe, Jamel, what up? I Rock, what up, brother? Showtime, Sheila, how are you? Great to see you, Queen. I'm glad all is well. Salute, Sheila. How are you? Cortez, what up, man? I know they're not going to send out notifications, brother. I know. I know. Condo, my brother, salute. Brent Fox in the building, salute. What's going on? Nicholas Levy, salute, man. Brother Reef. Andre. Growing with Soul. Andrew Gray. Anwar Willis. Ratchet since 91. Boogs. I don't know why YouTube has added y'all names in my chat. So, I mean, goddamn, man. Everything's well, Sheila. I'm so happy to see you, man. So happy to see you. Let's get started. Rod Neal, salute. If I miss you in the chat, know that I love you. Let's get started. Thank you, YNs. Mission accomplished. Who doesn't know who J. Edgar Hoover was? Who doesn't know? Man, these YNs, I mean, what? I mean, when you're raised in a household where if it's not a single mom, you have a dysfunctional dad, you might know because your dad is a YN by nature, you know what I'm saying? And he's a street dude, or he just was absent. You know, your mom made a poor choice. So if you do know him, you know, he might be around, but, you know, I mean, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? You know who J. Edgar Hoover was? Wow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep it simple here, because, you know, when you get too technical, and between you talking to these YNs or YNs with or heads my age or close to it with a YN mentality, what happens is the ADD kicks in. The ADD kicks in. You got to understand what you're dealing with here. These kids, man, biker, salute. These kids right now, these are the children that when they were coming up in school and the kids were being kids, and I'm going to say this, the boys in particular. Oh, he's running around in school and he's play fighting and he's running around like he has a gun in his hand. You know, that's what kids did. You know, it was called Cowboys and Indians when I was growing up. That's what it was called. And he can't do that, so he needs to calm down. He's over hyper. And there was a drug called Ritalin. And they gave your kid Ritalin. And then your kid became a zombie. Clarence McClain, my brother, salute. Your kid became a zombie. And he was high all the time. So from like kindergarten to like 5th grade, and then you try and take him off the pills, and then the hypeness comes back, and it's like, oh God, we got to get him on another pill. Then there was something called Prozac. And he's on Prozac through high school. And now he's overeating. He's eating all these snacks. And what happens in our community? When I was coming up, McDonald's was like a treat that we got once a month. Now all of these kids are walking around, Popeyes on every corner in my city. There's Popeyes on every corner. Then they have something called chicken spots, Kennedy Fried, Mama's Fried, Louisiana's Fried. Ain't nothing but a bunch of Indians working in there. These kids are eating fried foods, Takis, Doritos. They've made it affordable. So between the Prozac and the poor diet, what do you think's happening to their brains? What do you think's happening to their brains? What do you think is happening to their brains? You are what you eat. When your diet's messed up, your body's messed up. Kids be 15 years old with high cholesterol. You're not getting the proper nutrition. Your brain's not working. But what they do is they give you a pill. There's a bunch of junkies walking around amongst us. Now, how did we get all the way over here? They did more than put guns and drugs, like the hard drugs, in our communities. Diet is essential in your life. They said, oh no, we could feed you. No. Okay, yeah. Go to the bodega. You're growing up on a steady diet of quarter waters, candy, and Doritos. 5 years of that, what do you think's going to happen to your insides? What do you think? And these YNs are suffering right now because now mama can't use an EBT card to buy soda. You saw that? Did you see that? You see these black women having meltdowns? I ain't worried about the other ethnicities. I'm worried about my people. You see them having meltdowns? Why can't I buy Welch's grape with the EBT card? You got 9 necks. Get a clue. Get some Poland Spring water and drink that all month long, and those blotches on your fat face is going to clear up. Let me see. Bag of Doritos or a bushel of bananas? Huh? Hello? A bag of oranges. Hello? When I tell you the fix been in since before I was born, you had to double back and understand what was going on. They did it by way of diet. They put guns and drugs on our streets. They took the black man out the household and they killed our leaders. Audacity, salute. Stephen X, salute. Brother Reef, they killed our leaders. They killed them. Tay, good morning. They killed our leaders. They're gone. They're gone. And once they got that out the way, into the drugs, the guns, and then they got more and more clever with it. They got more clever with it. They said, wait a minute, we ain't got to put hard drugs in their community. They're starting to figure that out. We ain't got to put guns in the community. They're starting to figure that out. Y'all know what happened in Chicago, right? Stormy lived out in Chicago. Some of y'all might have been through there. I have family in Chicago. It was unbelievable. I remember when my aunt called my mom's, one of my cousins came home with a gun. Well, and they ain't come home with, well, I'll tell the story on Patreon. Go subscribe to my Patreon. But long story short, when asked where'd they get the gun from, the response was in a crate in an alley. And the cops didn't believe it. They went to the alley. They said, we found the crate, but the crate is empty now. But it was just guns. 10 blocks on the other side of town, the ammunition in a crate. Now, these weren't firearms that they sold in stores. Can I ask y'all how the hell those guns got on the street? And this was in several locations. That's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. When Eric Garner was murdered, there's video of a white couple riding down the street, and there was some black youths walking up the street. They pulled over and handed them bricks. And the woman recording ran up to the car and was like, why'd you give them that? The car sped off. And the woman took the bricks from the black kids. No, put that shit down. There's another video where this dude was riding around the city and was like, yo, why are these piles of bricks here? There's no construction. Why are these piles of bricks here? There was no construction inside. Imagine you walking out your door, you walk into the bus stop or whatever, and you're like, there's a pile of bricks here. You don't think nothing of it. But you notice there's no construction. Something crazy happens, and now people are taking the bricks and throwing them through windows. It's like, wait a minute, why was piles of bricks here all week long? They were setting up. Y'all don't think this stuff is real. But I'm going to be very simple this morning. This man, J. Edgar Hoover, I'm going to give you a direct quote from this guy. This guy was the head of the CIA. Just do a little bit of research. I know what they say. Maybe you YNs don't understand or never heard of this. If you want to hide something from a nigger, put it in a book. Meaning that we don't research or read anything. We don't research or read anything. We don't research or read anything. Which is why when I listen to certain debates online and, shit like that, someone will say something and they speak with such conviction and it'll be wrong. They speak with such conviction and it will be wrong. I'm going to say it one more time. I've been doing this before Dr. Umar. They speak with such conviction and the shit will be wrong. Okay? It's funny. Do your own research. Whenever I do a short video, and I haven't done them much, what do I always say? If I'm quoting an article, I put the link in the description so you can what? I read it and I say, here's my opinion. But you tell me what you think. Link in the description. You go there, you read it yourself, and you can get in the comment section, Drew, I don't think he meant that. He could have meant this. Oh, you always hear me say, that's the article, here's my opinion. Learn to read. And then some of you can read, but you can't comprehend. That's a failure. I don't know. When I don't know. Maybe you needed some extra help learning growing up. I don't know. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I knew a lot of cats that was in special ed, and they're damn near millionaires now. Some people just learn different. There's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing to be ashamed of. The point is getting the help. You understand what I'm saying? Albert Einstein couldn't tie his own shoe. Meanwhile, E equals MC squared. Feel me? J. Edgar Hoover. I'm going to give you a direct quote. What this clown said. Well, first of all, this man was an absolute bigot. An absolute bigot. All right, absolute bigot. It's the head of the FBI. All right. Hoover did not like black people. Okay? He did not like black people at all. He issued a directive. The purpose of, he had something called counterintelligence. And the purpose of the counterintelligence was to expose, listen to the words, expose, disrupt, misdirect, discredit, or otherwise neutralize the activities of black nationalist hate-type organizations and groupings, their leadership, spokesmen, membership, and supporters. Now let me stop right there for a minute. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I just said? That's some wording, isn't it? The purpose of this new counterintelligence endeavor is to expose. Don't you see that word in a lot of YouTube titles? Exposed. Exposed, and it's usually in caps. Exposed. Exposed. Oh. Exposed. Got him. Exposed. This guy's exposed. Exposed. Disrupt. Wow. Disrupt. Like, we're doing a live stream. We're talking about something. I'm not going to be surprised if somebody comes in here and tries to disrupt the message this morning. What's the other word? Misdirect. Wow. Do y'all know what misdirect means? Expose, disrupt, misdirect. Throw the scent off. We're over here talking about this. Corruption in boxing. Mauricio Suleiman, the WBC. Right? The Juice Crew. All of those fighters popping over there. Bud Crawford about to fight Canelo. Meanwhile, and that's tomorrow. Meanwhile, everybody is talking about Bud. Snack, he might be juicing. He's about to kick Canelo's ass. But Bud's juicing? And he's about to fight who? Someone who popped dirty? And his head trainer trains everybody in his camp and everybody popped dirty over there? Disrupt, misdirect, 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 misdirect. Y'all blaming Bud, but Canelo's the drug cheat, and he's coached by a person who has a whole camp that's popped dirty. But y'all talking to me about Bud? Misdirect. And you would think they hired a knuckle dragger to enforce that ideology in Sean Porter, right? You would think, right? You would think, right? Misdirect. Watch this. Discredit. Expose, disrupt, misdirect, and discredit. All Deontay Wilder has is a right hand. How many knuckle draggers you heard say that? Let me ask y'all a question. These knuckle draggers fought us really hard on discrediting Deontay Wilder. And then when we bring up the racial part of it, didn't they always say, oh, I'm just here for boxing. Y'all doing too much with this racial stuff. Yo, you're just here for boxing. Let me ask you a question. Where they at now? Because at the height of the Fury Wilder shit, I would have 250 people in here. Where they at now? If they just here for the boxing, right? Where they at now? Time reveals all truth, right? Make sense? Now I'm just breaking it down to boxing. You see how boxing reflects life? Misdirect. Misdirect. Oh, Deontay Wilder, all he got is a right hand. Tyson Fury right now is not allowed on American soil because of his affiliation with Daniel Kinahan. And he's a drug cheat. My brother LeBron Broken Traditions in the building. And he's a drug cheat. All of that. But when you bring that up to someone that wants to come in your chat and say all Deontay had was a right hand, You start bringing up all this other stuff, they don't want to talk about it. You know why? They can't. They're not educated. Hoover knew that about the black community. He knew that. Hence the YNs today. The YNs are products of the ignorant niggas dating back to the 60s. This is what Muhammad Ali was fighting against. This is what Dr. King, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, this is what all our real leaders were fighting against. Kofa, my brother in the building, salute. These are the things that we're up against in this little thing called boxing. You see it there. I knew what I was dealing with when I saw what they were doing to Deontay Wilder. Hell, let's go to Devin Haney. You ain't gotta like him. You ain't gotta like Bill, but he was done an injustice. When did you knuckle drag and stop for 2 seconds and say, hold on now, wait a minute. I don't like nothing about no Bill. I don't like nothing about no Devin, but wait a minute now. That kid cheated? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on now. Stormy, salute. Gerard, Harlem in the building. Y'all couldn't get on code for 2 fucking seconds. And then, insult to injury, Ryan gets caught and goes on a racist tirade, and y'all still do nothing. Mission accomplished. In reality, Ryan should have been scared to leave the house. But no, he gets on social media. He got a fat black friend. ERs, be putting ERs in the ER for real. Y'all let him do that. And I watched the whole thing. I watched it unfold right in my face. I'm like, this is crazy. This is exactly the America that they wanted. Didn't the brother just get shot by some Neanderthal? A military veteran, dude was like 100 years old in a goddamn wheelchair. Got blicked off just the other day by a Neanderthal. Now, I didn't read that story because every time I turn around, there's something bro, listen, I got hypertension. There's certain things I don't touch because I get annoyed fast. But I saw the video and it's heartbreaking. What threat did that? He was in a wheelchair, man. And if you go to that video, you scroll down far enough, you'll see somebody justifying that shooting. From shit like that to you knuckle draggers running around Louisiana with red dresses on. Y'all guys have no idea. This was a play in place dating back before your parents were born. And mission accomplished. I'm not sticking up for you kids anymore. Whatever happens, happens. Y'all don't want to listen anyway. Whenever we get on here, we try to put you up on game. You know what you call us? Y'all old niggas. Oh, y'all old niggas this, y'all old niggas that. You know what? Go right ahead, man. You guys are every bit the bullet bag that Cynthia G said you are. You done made that bitch right. I'm not defending you guys anymore. I'm not doing it. You are bullet bags. You are incapable of being a man to lead your household. You are. You YNs are. That term YN, I heard it on ESPN and I hit the floor. Like, whoa, what did he just say? They're talking about a group of young cats. I think it was in the NFL. Correct me if I'm wrong. And dude was like, yo, man, these YNs there, man, they're tearing things up. I said, whoa, what? The white woman turned flush red. The other brother was like, oh my God. Yo, LeBron, I couldn't believe my eyes, bro. I was like, this is a real thing? This is what you cats are doing? Joe Townsend, Del Riv. If I miss you in the chat, know that I love you. It was the NBA? Yeah, exactly. The one time I'm flicking through SportsCenter, I saw that. The one time. It's like God says, yo, you got to watch this. I'm showing you something. 3, 2, 1. Look at this. I'm staring at my TV like, what the fuck? Let me ask y'all a question. Was Marcus reprimanded for that? Or did ESPN say good job and pat him on the head? No, Delano, language is important. You saying I'm recognizing this realer than Tank and Shakur. No. Tank, Shakur, all of these little niggas is a direct reflection of what I've been trying to avoid for the last 2 decades, brother. I've been knew this was a problem. I've been knew it. And speaking of which, Keyshawn Davis had one fucking job. He had one job, and he blew it. They put stock in that YN. And what happened? Missing weight, clowning, eating popcorn, and then your brother gets his ass whooped, and you starting fights backstage, and it took you 2 months to apologize? Every white person in charge of that situation. Well, we got one hope. This YN might be the next Floyd Mayweather. Hey, Bob, you know what happened? You had Floyd, you blew it. And you know what Bob Arum is saying? You see? This is why I don't trust YNs. He been saying young niggas for over 100 years. Literally. That man's almost 100 years old. You see, this is why. Boxing's last program was Keyshawn Davis on ESPN. Was Keyshawn Davis behaving like an absolute nigga on international TV? See that? But it doesn't shock me. You know why? It comes from a single mother household, right? Right? Am I lying? Okay, stop me when I'm lying. Hey, it comes from a single parent household, single mom. Okay. He said he don't need his father. He said that, right? Right? Okay, he said that. He got on a live stream with Ryan Garcia, right? Disregarded the racism, him and Shakur, right? Right? That happened, right? Okay. All right. So I ain't gotta lie. That happened. Never trusted that kid. I don't trust a lot of these YNs. I don't. Mission accomplished. Hoover's dream has become reality. Todd French in the super chat, he says, what is equal is as sad. What is equal to as sad is that no one corrected him. No one did, bro. No one corrected him there. So I don't know what, bro. I stared at my screen like, yo. First of all, I'm looking around like, does this co-workers know what that means? And thank you that YN, that moniker right now, YN, it's become normalized. I can't stop it. Whatever. I can't stop it. Shout out to Kyrie Irving because he denounced the YN culture. And let me say this to the YNs. There's something strange going on in DC right now. It's like a curfew going on right now. Y'all think y'all run y'all city? You might run your block temporarily, but when the government say get your ass in the house by 8 p.m., you better be in the house. Hell, the police, you might have the police scared to come on your block, but let me tell you something. When Uncle Sam sends his military over there to tell you get your ass in the house, y'all have no idea. That's not the police you're dealing with. They're going to tell you one time with that red dots on your forehead, get your ass in the house, YN. You start throwing up gang signs and start talking about violating your civil rights and you can't, bang. They will blow your eyeballs out the back of your fitted cap. And it'll be completely justified. Why was Raheem killed? Curfew was at 8. His ass was outside. We told him once, get your ass in the house. He started screaming at us. He was behaving hostile. And now you can see through the front of his face, closed casket. That man in the White House, you think he playing with y'all? You think he playing with you YNs? You think he playing with y'all? What are you gonna do? Fight the government? Yeah, good luck. Good luck. Good luck. That's beef you don't, I promise you, you don't want. This is not your local police department. It's not your local sheriff's department. This is the United States government. They will single-handedly fuck you up. I don't think y'all understand. Do you YNs understand? In the, what was it? Was it the 80s or the 70s? They dropped a fucking bomb on a black neighborhood. Philadelphia. They dropped a bomb on their ass. Did you know that? There was a movie about it. Did you know that? I was alive when that happened. I said, oh shit, what? They did what? Yeah. Yes. If the government got to tell you to get your ass in the house, y'all are on shaky legs. Y'all are on shaky legs. Y'all don't understand how dangerous this is. But y'all go ahead with this YN culture. These flash mobs that run into stores and start stealing shit. Oh yeah. All these store owners got to do is get together and start writing letters and saying, look, President Trump, we're losing money. We're in these neighborhoods. We're trying to help the community and they keep robbing us. With the stroke of a pen, the way he'll word it, it'll be in such legalese that you won't even understand it. But you know what? You know what it'll read? If the police show up in the middle of a flash mob, shoot to kill. It won't say kill. The word stop will be in there. Watch this, watch this. A cop will say in training, they'll tell you, we shoot to stop. How do you shoot to stop? You shoot center mass. Why? Because it's the most meat in the body. You shoot center mass. There are organs there. You'll be lucky if it misses your lung or your heart or whatever. You shoot to stop. You don't shoot to kill. They had to remove that word kill out of training. It says shoot to stop, but the bullet is, they don't, how do you shoot to stop? You shoot in the same fucking place. With the stroke of a pen, they'll vote on it on Congress. It'll pass. And the next time you YNs run into a store, 10 of y'all trying to rob shit, and the sheriff department pulls up, now they're pulling out their guns. And they're going to get to dumping on as many of y'all. 10 of y'all ran in, 10 ran out, 2 made it home. Then Al Sharpton and everybody else gonna be screaming, oh, why they execute these young black kids? Look, I ain't gonna, like, no, those weren't young black youth. Those were YNs. Those were YNs. And they're dead. And I don't care. Because we're missing the point. This YN culture, where's the parents at? We know we know 2 people got together and bumped uglies and produced this wild animal. We know that. That happened. Where's the father? Dead in jail or just absent? Where's the mother? Oh, miss, I could do it by myself. Bitch, was you at work? That's how she's going to exonerate herself, because people are going to be looking at her. Bitch, this is what you're raising? Well, I was at work. I can't watch him or her all day, and he's been a problem, and she's been a problem. Right. Poor parenting, right? It's bad. Aaron, what up? That's bad. Soon as their kid get in trouble, they want to talk about how they were at work that day and they worked 50 jobs and I'm a single mom. Yeah, you chose to do that, stupid ass. You see why two parents in the household, your kids are least likely. I'm not saying it's impossible. They're least likely to get in trouble. Right. Shout out to you YNs. Shout out to you YNs. I just had to block a YN right now. Because not only does he not even know who's on the meme that I have moving here, but I struck a nerve. Whenever someone has to put a, they have to insult you and put the smiling emojis behind it, that means you struck a nerve. So I win and you're blocked. But you continue to watch. Continue to watch. Now, Eric H., you correct. The parents are YNs. They got YN mentality. Yeah. Yeah. I will not feel sorry for you. With the stroke of a pen, that dude in the White House will say, shoot to stop. We got to protect our businesses. Shoot to stop. And everybody on MSNBC is going to be talking about how racial it is. Well, you know what? I never sold drugs in my life. I never robbed anybody in my life. Now, I've been around situations where, you know, it could have gone left for me, but it's nothing that I initiated. And when you get a little older, you learn, you know better. Was J. Edgar Hoover a genius? What he did was genius. Because he understood our nature. And we, you know, he understands that. He understood that he could put dysfunction in our community and he could do certain things to manipulate the thought process of Black people. How many times did I get on here and say that one of the biggest mistakes in our community was our Black queens accepting the help of Uncle Sam over the Black man being in the house? How many times you heard me say that? Chicks today in their mid-20s or in their 30s were talking about, oh, well, you know, Black men weren't working back then. They were probably beating grandma back then. Bitch, you wasn't even around. You speaking of a couple of miserable bitches who are also agents of chaos. My grandparents were together forever. I don't know that bad part of it. I don't know any of that. Y'all chose welfare over having your dad, your grandpa in the house, or they chose welfare over their husbands in the house. And it was downhill from there. Because when a man is not around his kids, they change. We'll give you light, gas, shelter, food. Why is it a stipulation for the man not to be in the house? But you fast forward, goddamn, how many years? 80 years later, you had immigrants hopping the fence and motherfuckers giving, they didn't tell the immigrant women you can't have no man around. They didn't tell them that. They cut them checks. Are y'all thinking or not? Do y'all not see this? And we were born here. Edgar, what up? We were born here. So let me get this straight. The immigrants get to hop the fence, come in and get access to all of these benefits. But in the 60s, you told the black women, you can't have no man in the house. Y'all don't see the play? Y'all didn't see any of this? Y'all don't see any of this. I'm making it up. Don't matter. But tell me what, oh, I'm sorry, let me speak in niggerese. Tell me the hottest bar in the latest rap song right now. The hottest bar. Everybody's mumbling it right now, right? Yeah, you can tell me that. You don't know nothing about anybody on this page though, right? And I'm supposed to feel sorry for you when the cop blows the top of your head off. No, go away. You're done. You're done. There's no rehabilitating you niggas. This is basically a PSA. I'm on some, every time I see something on my timeline, a black dude, a YN, let me be specific, a YN on the floor screaming and hollering, and 30 cops dogpiling him. You know what my thought process is? What he do? What he do? Because I don't trust you YNs. I don't. I really don't. Oh, Drew, you're being too hard. Man, listen. I don't know what cities y'all live in, but watch this. I bet y'all know where not to walk. Now say something. I bet y'all know where not to walk. Oh, no, we don't go down that block. Oh, no, you don't wear that color hat. You don't wear that color shirt. No, because up the block and around the corner, those are the 13th Street Crips over there. You don't wear that color. So please stop talking to me. I'm just letting y'all know I'm done with you niggas. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not defending you niggas anymore. I'm not doing it. If your mama failed you and your daddy failed you, if you was even, there's cases where the parents aren't even around and they're raised by their grandparents. You putting that shit on them and you giving them hell. We're in the last days. Look it up, man. Read your Bible, man. Book of Revelations, man. Read it. In Kenya, they're talking about no more birth certificates. They have a 6-month plan. I don't even know if this was real or not. Because there's a lot of AI shit going on. But I understand that they're trying to put chips in these new wave of babies. So there's no birth certificate. They could just scan the fucking kid to see who they are. What the hell? What? What? Bill Gates just bought a piece of land. I used to buy this thing called Bragg apple cider vinegar. The goddamn the recipe changed, and I'm looking at it like, why the fuck the recipe changed? Well, a lot of the shit is now artificial. Bill Gates is buying up property where you're supposed to grow food at. Right? And why would he do that? These are the same motherfuckers that believe in population control. Everybody that took that COVID jab, Mad people died. And then the government had to admit, yo, nah, it's because of that. Are y'all paying attention? Or y'all just listening to, I don't know who the latest rapper is now. Oh, speaking of rappers, I don't know what's going on. Some rapper right here in my borough just got his shit blown out. Westchester Ave in Soundview. And I was like, I'm looking at the story. I'm like, well, what did he do? I think the day or two before, he beat up this female rapper. Beat her up. Some black chick. I don't know. I don't know the story. I just know what happened. And I'm looking at the video. He's standing on the corner with his man. Dude in the black come walking up the street. His man looked and just walked off. Obvious setup. Ran up on him, blew his brains out. And what was being said on the news? What was being said about him on the news? Oh, you know, he had 4 kids. I'm like, okay, here we go. He had 4 kids. What else? He was good to the community. He was good. Okay. They always say that, man. But dial it back for a second. Why is he dead? Why is he dead? 4 kids? Why are you dead, man? What's going on? Why'd that happen? Why'd that happen? Okay, he beat up a girl. Okay, no one could just, if that, to me, it's retaliation. Did you have to kill him, though? They couldn't walk up on him and shoot a fair one. They couldn't walk up on him and jump him or something. Back in my day, you know, you did dirt, you got caught lacking, you got jumped. What? You couldn't just beat him up or something? You had to kill that man? What was homie's name? Chicken Don Dada? I swear to God, that was his name. Chicken Don Dada. Never heard of him. I just see it on the news like, what the fuck? I said, I don't know what that is. I was like, yo, what are these YNs doing? What the hell is this? What is this? Man. There's no reforming and rehabilitating any of these niggas. I don't trust you. I don't, man. I don't trust you. That man is dead. That's crazy. If you saw the video, it's on YouTube somewhere. It's on social media somewhere. I said, I don't believe this. This is weird. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. This is ridiculous, man. I don't know, homie. I don't know what's going on. I saw a clip of his video. And, you know, they're doing all these hand gestures. I don't know that shit, man. But this is ridiculous. Lord Sweat Real in the building. Ratchet, you saw it, right? It's like, it's deflating. I'm like, come on, man. You couldn't walk up and just punch him in the face? What? This is y'all culture. And that's why I got Hoover smiling. Because he knew what he was doing. His work preceded his life. He laid the foundation and he said, when I'm gone, this shit's gonna keep going. And here we are. Here we are. I saw a video of these black inmates, these YNs. They're cool with Nazis in prison. They're cool with the Mexicans because I think they do the tattoos or whatever. But they said when they see other black people, they on them because they're a threat. Excuse me? And I'm like, did I hear this correct? Is this a skit? No. These YNs are dead serious. So if President Trump gives an executive order to stop these mob flashes and, you know, and robbing mom and pop stores. By the way, did y'all see the Katrina documentary on Netflix? And shout out to Coach Hudson, because he was talking about this yesterday. Did y'all see that? Oh, Clarence, I saw that. It's ridiculous. Hey, man, stop spraying the water gun. He pulls out a real gun and he blasts them. Right. Right. Did y'all see the Katrina documentary? Did y'all see it? Did y'all see what those crackers were saying? There was one way out of the what you call the zone. If you came to that area, those crackers were damn near deputized, because it was a madhouse in there. And of course, people are trying to survive. It's feast or famine. But if you're trying to get out with your family and you're trying to get out peacefully, those crackers was there with guns. Like, nope, nope, nope. Nope. Adrian, so you know. They be like, get your black ass back to where the kill zone is. Oh, it's going to be the kill zone for you right here. And they were shooting. They used that as an excuse to shoot black people. That wasn't the law. They had to let things die down before they went in there and tried to help people, because it could be chaotic. I'll give you an example of that. If a boat sinks, a cruise ship, if it sinks in the middle of the fucking ocean, and they got lifeboats there, do you know that you gotta wait a while? They be like, yo, we gotta get the people, they're in the middle of the water or whatever. They're gonna tell you, wait a minute. As fucked up as this sounds, we gotta wait till they calm down, because if we go over there, they're gonna grab onto the boat and pull us in the water. We gotta wait till people calm down, and we're gonna get them one by one. That's strategic. Yes. Look at everyone in the chat. Yes. I had family that left that area. Look, my family left. They looked at the news. We had to make some phone calls, and we say, yo, this town, this shit look bad. Y'all might want to head up to Illinois. Head up to Illinois. Get on the highway. You know, we got family over there. Pack up your shit. I mean, lock your doors the best way you can. Take your dogs, head up north. And they did. By the time they went back down to their house, people done broke in. The house was just a wreck. They broke in there and stole food, but they were trying to survive. They went in there to try and help people, but they said, wait a minute, no. Some people done lost their mind. White folk went right up in there and said, you know what, here's our excuse. You had target practice. Bang, bang, bang. Y'all have no fucking clue what was really happening down there. Yeah, Mac in the South, yes. My family broke out, and incidentally, they didn't go back. They didn't go back. They just left, and, you know, they went back when everything died down. The property was ransacked, and they just said, fuck it. They just relocated. They're somewhere else now. All this real shit going on where we need to be united for something. It's y'all find excuses to feud with your own. Let me talk about the black leaders for a minute. I ask this question often. Who are our black leaders? This is a great question. Do we have any? 1 second, y'all. Yeah, I went to get. I had to take that course. Important. But any black leaders? Cause y'all could think of shower. Salute, Queen. Anybody? I can't think of one. But usually when we have a black leader, he dead. They kill him. He's dead. Malcolm X dead. Dr. King dead. Marcus Garvey dead. But you YNs, y'all might know the faces. Y'all might even know the names, but y'all don't know about them. Let me say this. If they even think you can emerge from the ashes and be a leader to do anything, they're going to kill you. Are they going to do something to disrupt you? Like put a rape charge on you. Shout out to Bill Cosby. He had bitches from 50 years ago dogpiling him, talking about he drugged me. Right? Now, I'm not saying that these guys are leaders. I just said if they even think the community could rally behind you for anything, they're going to take you out. Prince, his death wasn't suspicious to you? Michael Jackson? Now, I'm not saying that they're leaders. Let me park here on Malcolm X for a minute. He slipped through the cracks for a minute. You know why? He's a felon. He was a street dude. And in the middle of his life, he turned around for the better and became who he was. They offed him. Muhammad Ali. They didn't start to give him props until he started talking slow. They couldn't wait to see him lose in the ring. Yeah, he's the GOAT, but don't believe that everyone loved him. No, hell no. They hated him. They hated him. You know how 50 Cent stays clear and off the radar? Isn't he one of the biggest trolls in the black community? With all that success, who does he fuck with the most? People that look like him. That's how he stays off the radar. So he's no threat. Floyd Mayweather. Y'all haven't figured out why he behaves the way he behaves? He don't want to fall under this Hoover virtual bullet. He wants to stay off the radar. He loves his life. Does all this make sense now? I've known this. When a brother like Deontay Wilder, there goes that name, and stands on business and says, till this day, and looked at Radio Raccoon and said, what do you mean? My people, your people too. Then all of a sudden, he starts getting his drinks poisoned. They start allowing this motherfucker get into the ring with no padding in the gloves. Deontay Wilder is this horrible boxer. Meanwhile, Tyson Fury is a drug cheat, a drug addict, a glove cheat. And I had to look at you niggas rallying behind Tyson Fury over Deontay Wilder. And when we tried to educate you on who this dude was and who he rolls with, y'all didn't want to hear shit. Shout out to J. Edgar Hoover. Mission accomplished. You niggas are conditioned. You niggas are conditioned. Because some of these niggas in the limelight, you know what they don't want? They don't want to eat that virtual bullet that Hoover fires from beyond the grave. I encourage you YNs, watch that Katrina documentary. And if that doesn't strike a nerve with you, then you're indeed lost. You're indeed lost. That man said, the purpose of this new counterintelligence endeavor is to expose, disrupt, misdirect, discredit, or otherwise neutralize the activities of black nationalists. He referred to us as nationalists. Hate-type organizations and groupings, their leadership, spokesmen, membership, and supporters. They wanted to gut us from the inside out. And there was niggas happily to work with them and gut us from the inside out. Even motherfuckers that didn't even know they were doing it. Egos get involved. Hey man, why Brother Malcolm is emerging? He ain't the leader of this. Why is he emerging from this? The brothers are rallying behind him. You can't let that happen. No, I didn't see that, Iraq. I didn't see that. This is what they do. It happens in every organization. Somebody starts something great. Hell, it happened in the LDBC. Bunch of Indians, one chief. You had everybody in here, you had some niggas in here that thought they were chiefs. And it's like, whoa, 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 hold on. This is not your thing. This is his thing. Had a bunch of niggas run around here. No, we should do this, and we got to do this, and we got to do that. No. Wait, hold on. Are we not doing that? No. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do my own thing. All right, man. God bless you. Niggas hang on to our coattails for different reasons. They build up their brand and then they leave. Good. Have fun. Red lipstick vibe. Salute, Queen. Oh, I did hear about that. I didn't know it was in Alabama, though, brother. I did hear about that. Yeah, you get on here, you build your brand, you leave, your brand stops growing. All of a sudden, it's our fault. With no mention. Niggas don't even know that it was a problem. Actually, it wasn't a problem. You just decide to leave, you leave. That's on you. Year later, now we're getting video. Hey, man, so-and-so was sneak dissing you. Huh? What? Why? Oh, he mad? He left like 2 years ago. Why he mad now? For what? Man, get on up. Get out of here. But let me ask you a question. Expose, disrupt, misdirect, discredit, and neutralize the activities of black nationalists, right? This is what he did, right? Does the Ku Klux Klan still exist to this day?
What?
Oh. Wow. Wow. Ku Klux Klan, huh?
Go!
Wow. He's so fucking worried about what we were doing. The Ku Klux Klan exists today. Can I ask you a question? How many bodies does the Black Panther Party have? How many white people did the Black Panther Party hang? How many bodies does the Ku Klux Klan have? Oh. All right. He's so worried about us, right? Right now, ain't that cracker building an all-white town somewhere in Arkansas? Right now. Hey, man, go ahead. Have fun. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. I ain't trying to go there. I ain't mad at him. Go ahead. Go right ahead. I need to know where y'all are at so I can fucking avoid you. I don't want to visit. I don't want to visit. I don't want to. Please, I'm good. Y'all go right ahead. In 40 years, that whole town gonna look like the hills have eyes. There's gonna be so much crossbreeding and inbred. Those chicks are gonna give birth, and the babies are gonna be marrying their first cousins. That's damn near your sibling. That town gonna look like the hills have eyes. Niggas walk around there looking like Andre the Giant in the face. You go right ahead with that town shit. You go right ahead. I mean, really think about what they're doing. But all of this because they want to be away from us, that's commitment, is it not? But the second we had a Black Wall Street, they killed us by airstrike. Airstrike. And no one ever apologized. No one ever cut people a check. Hey, man, your grandparents were victims of those riots. We're sorry. We're going to cut you a check. I'm sorry. Man, the Ku Klux Klan it's been proven, they're involved in law enforcement to the highest degree. That's been proven. But you YN still want to run around and do what you do. A white town named Vidor? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the name. When I'm in Texas, I know where not to go. But this clown is out loud about it. And this is America. He could do whatever he wants to do. Good. Stay the fuck away from me. That's all I asked. So we got all this shit going on. All of this shit going on. Meanwhile, we got this YN culture. You guys are not in tune with real life. And I'm telling you, everything has a beginning. This is not new. Everything that's happening now, this dude Hoover laid the groundwork for it. We're seeing it. When we talk about what happened in 65 with the welfare system, all the way up to single moms right now. I mentioned something about leaders. You know what? And y'all might laugh, y'all might disagree. I don't give a shit. One of the brothers that was emerging, and I don't think he thought of himself that deep or as a leader in the Black community. I don't think he viewed himself like that. He was just speaking up on behalf of us, was Kevin Samuels. And I think that they saw that. And his death was extremely suspicious. Extremely suspicious. Very, 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 very. Hey, hold on. That's my little bro. That's my little bro. That's the wolf. Everybody say good morning to Elijah Pierce. What's good, fam? I've been going through it, brother. I've been dealing with a lot of shit. I just got back to New York. Well, I just got back Tuesday. And it's back to family shit. But we're going to chop it up, man. Elijah Pierce in the building. Salute to you. Outstanding win. You got to stop making me nervous, young man. You got to stop making me nervous, young man. It's like my brother got to get hit so he can get triggered. He proceeded to whoop homie ass. Yes, sir. Salute, Elijah. That's little homie right there. Yeah, man. It's upsetting. Kevin Samuels I don't think he was trying to be a leader in the black community. Yeah, man, you gotta stop that, Elijah. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you after my live. As soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna hit you on the phone. Yes, sir. And while y'all at it, y'all go subscribe to Elijah. Get Elijah some of this YouTube bread. Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't think Kevin was looking to be a black leader. He just, he just got up there and he just did what he did. And I thought that he had such a fire lit under him that they deleted him. Who's they? Hoover and his boys. Go subscribe to Elijah Pierce, y'all. Let's get him over that stack. Get him a YouTube check. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I think he was deleted. And I think it was done in such a way that Shorty may or may not have been involved. I'm not going to put that on her. But there's ways that these cats could get you, and the person sitting next to you won't even know. All of that shit you saw on Mission Impossible, a lot of that shit is real, man. A lot of it. Oh, you got a title eliminator next? Oh, man, I got to get you up here. I got to get you up here to talk about that. My man. Title eliminator. That's what's up. Hell yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, we got to get you up here to promote that. Big things. Elijah Pierce, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yeah, man, this government is some sneaky shit. All that shit you saw on Mission Impossible, that shit is real, bro. A lot of that shit is real. Y'all might not think so. Y'all might think I'm overreacting, man. Listen, man. Y'all done watch all of these movies back in the day. Terminator. There's been all these movies where the robots, the Matrix, the robots have taken shit over. Y'all don't see that shit happening right now? Isn't there's some AI shit out right now where the dude said, yo, we let the AI know that we're going to replace it with a better AI, and the AI went into survival mode and started doing shit so we couldn't disconnect it. Did I not hear that? I was like, oh shit, what? Unplug this bitch. I saw this other thing yesterday. What the fuck's going on with Google or Alexa where you say, hey, Google or Alexa, and your kid fall on the floor and start having these panic attacks and meltdowns? What the fuck are these babies hearing that we're not hearing? What the fuck is that? Yo, listen, let me tell you I'm gonna tell you the night I unplugged my Alexa. I got the bitch, but she's so far in my storage. Let me tell you what happened. A few years ago, I was in my living room. It was like 2 a.m. I'm getting my live streams ready for the week and my videos ready for the week. And for no fucking reason, Alexa starts talking. It was quiet, and it scared the shit out of me. You know what this bitch said to me? For no reason. She says, It by Stephen King. Remake 2000. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I'm looking around my living room like, what the? No one said nothing to her. And why are you talking about It by Stephen King? I said, oh, okay. I got up, I unplugged that bitch, wrapped the wire up, and threw the shit in my closet. That's the end of that. That's it. I'm good. Yeah, Kofa, yes. Yes, the AI started teaching the computers. You know how dangerous that shit is? They unplugged it. They was like, no. You know what this shit could do? Everything we do is involving this computer. It could fuck up the traffic signs outside. It could fuck up the shit that sprays the pesticides on our food. It could get a hold of the goddamn nukes. I mean, that Skynet shit could really happen. Now they got these robots walking around. Yo, I was in Vegas. I saw the fucking cars with no goddamn driver driving people from the airport. I said, oh, fuck, no. Y'all understand, I was born in 75, y'all. I'm seeing shit right now that we only saw in movies. You know what Bluetooth is? Bluetooth was in Star Trek. When they had the little signal on their chest and they used to press it and talk to it. In the 80s, I said, man, that's so cool if we could really do that. It's Bluetooth. In the first Star Trek in the 1960s, the flip phones, that was the original walkie-talkies. Kirk out. It's the flip phones. Now that's obsolete. Y'all don't understand. I had a rotophone in my crib. I got hyped when we got a push button phone. Now I could do a live stream while driving in my car and talking to y'all. We've come a long way. But here's the thing. By the time we get the technology, do y'all know it's already a decade old? IROC's in the chat. He's from the military. He could tell you. Some of y'all are from the military. Y'all could tell me. Kofa, you in the military. Tell me I'm lying. By the time we get it, it's like a decade old already. We get the scraps. These TVs, these smart TVs you got in the crib, they're listening to you. Now, I ain't got shit to hide. So I don't give a fuck. Yeah, the watches, you talking to the watches. You got your whole, listen, man, I had a situation in Vegas where I thought I lost my phone. I had to chase down I had to call a cab to find another cab to track down this other cab. My phone was in the back seat. It was a whole thing. But you know why I was panicking? My life is on that phone. I just got a new phone 3 weeks ago. But the way these phones are designed, I'm like, holy shit. Credit cards, bank numbers, all this shit is on that phone. It'd be my luck, a techie finds my phone and within minutes they get in that shit and they have access to my whole life. I don't like this shit. I've lost the last phone I lost was a flip phone. And you know what? I didn't give a shit. I said, God damn. What? Lost my phone. Damn. You know what? I went back to Verizon and told them what happened. He gave me a new phone. But the only thing I was mad at was I lost my contacts. Back then, you had to redo your contacts. That's it. Ronnie, what up? This shit is scary. This Google Earth thing. You understand how ridiculous it is? And now you got AI. Look, this meme I did this. Scary shit, right? I did a meme. There's a picture with Muhammad Ali sitting next to Joe Louis and Ray Robinson. I made them smile and give a thumbs up and showed it to my dad. He's looking at it like, when did this happen? I said, it never happened. This is fake. The picture's real. I said, Dad, my dad has the picture in his office. I took the picture and I just made it move. He said, man, this computer stuff is getting scary. I said, it's beyond scary. I'll show it to y'all soon. I just haven't had a live where I could use it. But it never happened. You see what I mean? We're doing this shit in the palm of our hand. Now, what does this have to do with what I'm talking about right now? Let me go back to J. Edgar Hoover. Because he referred to us as black nationalists and hate-type organizations. Meanwhile, the Ku Klux Klan was around at that time. All right? Let me scroll down. Let's see, 65, okay. Malcolm X belonged until shortly before his 65 murder. Okay. He said something very, very important. Where's the quote? Give me 1 second. COINTELPRO ass niggas. This is crazy, man. Where is it? This is very serious. I want y'all to listen to this. I'm gonna read it to you. Where is it? Give me 1 second. FBI kept clean playing dirty tricks. Yeah, the FBI. Oh man, this is disgusting. Told about the Black Panthers bodyguards not doing a good job. They infiltrated them. Man, this is just disgusting, man. There you go. Carmichael. Okay. Elijah Muhammad. He referred to us as a hate organization. I'm saying us. He's talking about black people in general. He talks about the sanitation strike. Yeah, I remember not too rounded on that. There was a sanitation strike. Where the fuck is it? I was just reading it last night. Oh yeah, the WIC program. It says right here, you know, what they feed breakfast to children. That was from the Black Panthers, if you don't know. So they killed the party that created it and they assimilated it. And y'all think that's a government program. Black Panthers started that. Did y'all know that? Man, these dudes are goddamn criminals, man. They just steal and steal and steal and steal. And then they tell you that you're bad. We invent shit and they tell us that we're bad people. This is crazy, man. But he said something very interesting. Do y'all know that I swear to God, he said it in this article that I was reading. It was a direct quote. I'm trying to find it, y'all. I'm sorry. I can't find it. I'm just screaming because there's a lot to read here. Let me do this. When he said to expose, disrupt, and misdirect, and neutralize, you know, what we was doing, like as far as the black community, he made it clear that he wanted to prevent the rise of the Black Messiah. Y'all know that? Y'all know that? He wanted to prevent the rise of a Black Messiah. Did you know that? That's the exact word he used. Did you know that? How many of y'all knew that? prevent the rise of a Messiah who could unify and electrify the militant black nationalist movement. And Malcolm X, he felt, was that such Messiah. Did you know that? Do y'all know how fucking dangerous? And let me say this, y'all. Let me say this. Do you think once they got Brother Malcolm that he was stopping there? Based off of history, I have reasonable cause to believe that he didn't stop there. He said, you know what? There can't be no Malcolm, and it can't be any other Malcolm. It could be Malcolm came from the streets and turned out to be who he was. The next Messiah could be from any walk of life. We can't have that. And what we're going to do is we're going to mess up the community so bad physically and mentally that they're going to do the work for us. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Andrew 100, salute. Geo James, Slim Hussein, Audacity, what up? COINTELPRO, exactly. You hear Coach Hudson use that a lot. Do y'all know what that means? So he said, man, this thug came from the streets and he almost did this. No, sir. The Messiah could come from anywhere. He could be a regular worker at McDonald's, a college student. He could come from money. He could be poor. He could be an athlete. Brother Rodney says he thinks Tupac could have been. We don't know. I'm not going to say he couldn't have been. I'm saying we don't know. And he's dead over foolishness. Biggie's dead over foolishness. Foolishness. For all we know, the Black Messiah is already dead because some YN killed him. When Whitney sang, I believe the children are our future, yeah, they are. They're supposed to be. But what happened? Welfare, destroying the black household, something that Kevin Samuels was. Kevin Samuels, he wasn't the first person to say it. He echoed a lot of what was already being said. And it's just that he had a viral moment and everyone started listening to him. And they say, hey, man, this guy ain't so bad. It goes beyond him just going back and forth with women. He's saying some real shit to the black community. And before he got started, once he touched, because his net worth was in the millions, they killed him. I believe that. Yeah, Nipsey, he was doing a 180 turn. And he was killed by who? Some hating ass YN. That's why you got to monitor your association. When I heard he was shot, then I heard how he was shot. Yo, did I mishear this? We said common sense salute. And if I miss you in the chat, know that I love you. Yo, did dude, first of all, dude was in the pictures with him. They said him right there. I said, wait a minute. He's there smiling. Yes. Looking born, salute. I heard he shot Nipsey, walked away, came back, and then kicked him. Bro, what the fuck? Man, he was jealous of Nipsey the whole goddamn time. That was never your man's. That's why we got to watch our association right here in the LDBC. These niggas cool. Then the one time you got to straighten them out on something, or you can't help them with something, all of a sudden it's, oh, fuck you. Now they're busting shots at you virtually. You know what I'm talking about? ridiculous, man. G Tatted, what up, brother? That broke my heart. And let me tell you something else. I can't name one Nipsey song. But you know what I did notice? And I need you to pay attention to this. I can't name one Nipsey song. But you know what I knew about him? He was turning his life around. And I knew about that. And that's all that mattered. He was going through a change, and he was getting in touch with his community. The store that he opened, was it not in his community? You see what I mean? That's what I knew. That's what was important to me. And just when I started to take notice of the brother's deeds, someone that looked like him took his life. What the fuck was that? I've been exhausted of YN culture. I've been exhausted. These kids have no value of life, of their own, on people around them. They're literally good for nothing. And when you turn on the news every day, you see it. And what happens when the government says, yo, man, something got to be done because the animals are being animals. And when they start tweaking laws and more cops start shooting UYNs and getting away with it, what you gonna do? I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do. Nothing. You're not fighting the government. That's beef you don't want. I'm telling you, that's worse than any Crip, Blood, Nieta, Latin King. That's beef that you have no idea. You will not get away. You don't run your block. That's how I tell these dumbasses, yo, I got this car, I got that car. You pay a note, miss a payment. The bank is going to show you who owns that car. Miss a mortgage payment. The company is going to show you who owns that house. Hoover said he wants to prevent the uprising of the next black messiah. He got Brother Malcolm. They got Malcolm X. They got Martin Luther King. And if we don't learn from our past, we're doomed to repeat whatever happened in the past. We're doomed to repeat it. You can't talk to no YN who's raised by a single mom and all she's doing is twerking and her hair's all these funny ass colors. She can't accept leadership. She could do it by herself, but she's on government assistance. She could do it by herself, but she needs child support checks. But you's a boss, right? All you YNs, yeah, your dick work, you got babies, but you ain't a father. You not around. That's why Hoover's smiling. Mission accomplished. Got these niggas. And when y'all can't control yourselves, they're gonna say shit like, look at the murder rate. Look at the crime rate in this area right here. Ain't no white people over here. Y'all doing it to yourselves. That's why we got to send the National Guard in here and tell y'all to get y'all asses in the house. Get y'all monkey asses in the house. Because when left alone, you can't do it. When we leave y'all alone, y'all can't behave. So now we're going to crack that whip. Speaking of cracking whips, life was a lot better when we was cracking y'all with the whips anyway. We gave y'all freedoms. And this is what you do, and they're going to disregard all the normal black people because the YNs are on Front Street. When they start running in these rough neighborhoods, and I'm gonna tell you something else. There's gonna be elderly black people saying, yo, look, do what you do. Yo, the police just shot Raheem. So, Raheem was a menace. Purse snatching, throwing rocks at windows. 13 years old. We told, Raheem's mom, hey, man, come get this little nigga. Man, I'm at work. I can't watch him. And yep. Bang! Bullet to the face. Closed casket. Don't worry, Raheem's mom. All you got to do is lay down and make another one. You can get another shot. Baby making machine. Human breed machine. Sick of y'all dudes, man. I'm sick of y'all YNs. We got real shit going on. And y'all are conditioned. Because when brothers like myself, or Stormy, or 78, or Coach Hudson, or the Queen Sugar Free, or Shawa, or we all get on here and try and explain this to y'all, y'all don't want to hear. Because we the old heads, right? We don't know what we talking about, right? Right, okay. Go on and do it yourself. Your single mama wouldn't accept leadership from a man. So she raised you. And you're disrespectful. When I was coming up, I don't care how wild things were, an elderly person came up to me and said, yo, what are you doing? Stop that. I stopped. I'm like, man, all right, whatever, man. It was just instinctively. I ain't going back and forth with the old person. I'm not doing it. I'm just going to walk away. Whatever. All right, man, I'm just not going to do it. Today, these kids start beating up the elderly. They start beating up the elderly. I seen it. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Ladies, single mommies, this is what you raised? Go on and tell me. Oh, yeah, his father. Nah, fuck that dude. No, I'm sorry. You already did fuck that dude. Evidence, because I'm looking at this YN that you raised. But you could do bad all by yourself, right? Well, you did bad. Because I'm looking at this YN, and he's a bullet bag. Police coming to work. Just give me a reason. Yep. Yeah, buddy. Target practice. Go right ahead. I'm cool. You're cool. And you know what? If you raise the loser, I don't want him around me or any of my family. Police, do what Hoover told you. Delete him. Because I'm tired, man. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. You can't reform these niggas. You can't rehabilitate them at all. To the Hodge twins. I don't know if y'all was trolling. I saw a video where somebody was talking about how y'all know who the Hodge twins are. They got a giant YouTube channel. They used to be, I believe they were exercise influencers. Now they've turned into high yellow rednecks. They're rednecks, and I guess that's what I don't know if I'm subscribed to them or not. I may have subscribed to them a while ago when they were in health and wellness, and I just never unsubbed. And then I saw them. They obviously don't work out anymore. They don't look like they used to. But they got into the political realm, I guess. And I think they sent a tweet to that dude that has that all-white town in Arkansas. And Copper, what up, brother? And they said, can we come? And I don't know if they were trolling or joking, but dude responded, and he said, respectfully, appreciate the support or whatever he said. He said, but no, you can't. Your black ass can't come. Yep. I don't think that's a big enough wake-up call. But let me tell you why and something. If you're in my age group, and some of the youth, we're sick of you. Chris Rock said it in one of his stand-ups. He said, "I'm tired of niggas. Tired. He said, "I'm so tired of niggas. I'm ready to join the Ku Klux Klan." And he was joking, and it was funny, but I understood behind every joke there's some truth, and I get it. I just told y'all a little while ago. I said, when I see these kids on the gram getting thrown to the ground and cops be dogpiling them, in my mind, I'm like, what did he do? I'm no longer on some, oh man, he's black. Why they do? Nope. I ain't been like that in like the last 25 years. I'm over that, because 25 years ago, New York was on some bullshit. When Giuliani first took office, that stop, question, and frisk shit was real. I literally walked out my girl's house. She used to live on Sheridan Avenue. I'll never forget this day. I walked out. It was like, I was in, all right, cool. I went to her house, right? We went and got some Chinese food, went upstairs, we ate. I was in our house from like 1 p.m. to like 3 in the morning. I did not leave. We ate, we had relations, we ate some more, we had some more relations, took a shower, got dressed. I'm walking to the train. I walked out her building, made a left, got to the corner, some cops stopped me. 2 cops asking me questions, and I said, look, I can only talk to y'all one at a time. I can't, where you coming from? My girl's house. Where your girl live? Building such and such around the corner. So if we go knock on her door, she gonna say you came from there? Absolutely. Okay, why you stop me? Because we can. Someone said they saw you. What? You saw me? Impossible. No one said they saw me. I was in the house from 1 o'clock, and it's like 2 in the morning. I'm leaving now. I was not outside at all. Patted me down. I go up, made a right turn on the Grand Concourse, walked to the train, halfway to the train, some DTs made a U-turn on the Grand Concourse, hopped out on me. I just got on the fucking wall. Same shit. Where you coming from? I'm like, whoa. Both y'all talking. One at a time. Coming from my girlfriend's house. Where does she live? Down the block, around the corner, building such and such. Apartment such and such. Oh, so if you go there, she's going to say, yes. If you want to go, we got to go now because she's tired. She's about to go to bed. All right, well, you just stay out of trouble. I was never in trouble. I go downstairs. Pay my fare. I didn't even get to sit on the bench. Here comes some goddamn transit cops. Get on the wall. I got tossed 3 times in under 15 minutes. A 5-minute walk turned into a 17-minute line of aggravation. God damn. So of course I know. But something happened. Now UYNs are giving these cats a reason. Now a guy like Giuliani could say, see, this is why I led New York with an iron fist the way I did. Because look now, as soon as we take our foot off the gas, look at what these YNs are doing. And it's not only in New York. It's DC, it's Philly, it's LA, it's Chicago. It's a fucking war zone. And I'm going to tell you something else. Now black people are tired. And what fuels this? Listen to the music. Look at what's going on online. Every time I turn around, there's some chick walking around with a thong in her ass. That's all you bitches is worth now. It's retarded. What happened to, treat me with respect. I'm not a piece of meat. I have a brain. Well, that's great. Can you tell your other sisters to stop doing that? Stop it. Stop it. Y'all are walking to the store with the bottom of your cheeks hanging out. Y'all are walking your kids to school with the bottom of your cheeks hanging out. Y'all are looking like streetwalkers. Y'all looking like streetwalkers. I swear to God, it's summertime. I see girls walking around with the bottom of their cheeks hanging out. You're looking like a Hunts Point hooker. And then when you tell them to stop doing that, you the problem? You the problem? You get grown women talking about, oh, I can express myself every. No. You look like a smut. You know what I would say to them bitches sometimes? Used to have a saying. You're around these chicks and they get a little too loud. Just ask them, man, why you dressed like that? I'm expressing myself. I could do what I want to do. No man can tell me what to do. You know what I say to them? I bet your daddy real proud.
What?
And then look at their face. Because either your daddy didn't hug you enough or he hugged you a little too much. Uh-oh. Right. And if your daddy wasn't around, that's why you dress like that. No woman with a father, a respectable father, would co-sign his daughter dressing like that. What we have here is women in abundance that came from broken household. Just toe up. Mission accomplished. Hoover fucked us off from beyond the grave. And by the way, I understand that he was a pillow biter. From beyond the grave. Fucked us up. And we played right into it. It's good stuff, right? Yeah. Yeah. What y'all gonna do? And the question is just rhetorical. I'm done. It's over. It's over. It's over. You see what happens when the inmates run the asylum? When I see these kids wilding out in the street, I mind my business now. Gone are the days where you could just go to a young man and say, yo, look, man, young man, you can't do that. You shouldn't be doing that. You can't go to these little niggas and say, hey, man, what you're doing right now when the police pull up, you're going to give them a reason to treat you a certain way. You don't want that. Because you'll be met by shut up, old nigga, you old niggas this, you old niggas that. And it's that in real life. And you even see it reflect itself in sports. I was on Champside's panel the other day. And I talked about one of my last debates that I had on Facebook a few years ago. And the question was, whose career would you rather have? Charles Barkley or Robert Horry? Now, to me, it's not even close. And I said, what the fuck? Charles Barkley, 100%. It's not even close. What are y'all talking about? These YNs was like, nah, Robert Horry. He got like 7 rings. I'm like, so what? Who cares? And no, listen, Mr. Big Shot. He was not like no bum that rode the bench and he was always in the right place at the right time. No. The man was 6'10". He had a killer jump shot. He was a guy you put in when there was like 8 seconds left. You know, you want him, you know, he could shoot the rock. He had nerves, ice nerves. He was a shooter. He was a killer, but he wasn't Charles Barkley. And these YNs was like, yo, but Charles Barkley ain't got no chips. But I said, yo, the stats. A perennial all-star. Dream Team 1. MVP. What are we talking about here? And then I had to like dial it back for a minute. I had to remember what I'm talking to. Not who I'm talking to necessarily, but what I'm talking to. I'm talking to a lazy generation. Aren't niggas lazy? Is it the definition of a nigga is lazy? Excuse making, lazy. Lazy's in there, right? So I said, let me get this straight. Because Big Shot Bob got 7 chips, you'd rather be him? You know what all these YNs was in the chat talking about? Yeah, you know, they referred to popping bottles and pouring champagne, money and bitches. Well, Charles Barkley had more money. He had shoe deals and everything else. Isn't Charles Barkley a top 20 all-time great? And he was undersized at the power forward position. He was only 6'4", but he had long arms. And he was a beast. And this is no disrespect to a Big Shot Bob, but he played for like 5 or 6 different teams. And he could ball out, but he's not Charles Barkley. My thing was this. The point is, these kids live through the shortcuts in life. And if they could just be around the party, it's good enough for them. They don't want to put in any real work. They just want to be there for the shine. Now, as a man, what the fuck does that sound like? Does that not sound like a woman? Doesn't that not sound like, I'm not like a, please, sisters, don't get me wrong. I'm talking about a lazy woman. The woman that says, I'm not into you now when you're building something of yourself, but spin the block, come back in 2 to 5 years when you've made your millions, and I'll be here. That type of mentality. And they've raised men in that image with that mentality. These YNs don't want to put in no work. Everything is a shortcut. That's why they don't get jobs. They want to rob everything. They're lazy. So they kept talking about the chips. And I said, okay, let me ask you a question. The chips makes Big Shot Bob better than Charles Barkley, correct? And they were all like, yes. I said, okay. So by that definition, Big Shot Bob is better than Michael Jordan.
Whoa! What
Go! Get him. And I said, y'all bet not, because I know everybody that I'm arguing with on this page right now, half of y'all got a pair of Jordans in y'all goddamn closet right now. Show me the pair of Big Shot Bobs you got. He never had a sneaker. He never made an all-star team. Uh-oh. You gotta stop. You got to stop. Gotta stop. And I told them, all I hear is a bunch of lazy, knuckle-dragging talk here. Y'all cats is lazy. Y'all just want to be in a locker room, be around dudes. Y'all sound like chicks. Y'all sound like chicks. Y'all go to the finals, and whoever wins, that's the locker room you want to be in. Y'all sound like women. But it makes sense. Y'all raised by what? A bunch of women with chips on their shoulder. Man, I actually know how we got here. Explaining it to these YNs isn't going to help. I'm out of patience, and y'all are out of time. And I'm going to keep reiterating this. That orange motherfucker in the White House, he ain't playing with y'all. He is not playing with y'all. He is going to bust y'all ass. And I ain't saying anything. Unfortunately, there's going to be cats caught in the crossfire. You know, I got young people in my family too, little cousins that are, you know, in their teens and they're coming up and, you know, they got to avoid this shit. All I could do is tell them what not to do. Don't be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Maybe you want to dress a little different. Maybe you want to set something off. Maybe you want to, while your friends are sagging their jeans, maybe you want to wear polo shirts. Maybe you want to wear button-ups. Maybe you want to walk around looking casual all the time. Why you always looking like you going out somewhere? That's how I do it. And that's not to say that you still won't get harassed. I'm just saying that it'll be least likely if you stick out from the crowd, but you're dressed a certain way. You're dressed more adult. It's a possibility it'll be least likely you'll be messed with. UYNs is bringing a lot of heat to the community. And that goes for your age group all the way up to mine, to my father's. You're giving them a reason. Man, it's so bad that this black woman was talking about she was in Italy on a date, right? And she was a big divester, meaning that she was done with black men and particularly black American. Look, all right, queen, whatever. You're entitled to feel that way. I don't know what her experience is. Only based off what she said, you know, black men are this, black men are that. So her work took her to Italy. And she was doing well for herself, and she went out on a date with an Italian man. So she's at the dinner table with this dude, and he says, well, what do you do? And she starts explaining her job, and she's doing well for herself. Her job took her to Italy, you know, and pretty sister, you know, I'm just listening to the story, and she's like, yeah, you know, so I'm sitting there, I'm explaining my job. It took me about 5 minutes, and after all of that, she explained she's very educated. She made well over 6 figures, single, no kids. And after she explained everything that she did, he looks her right in the face and he says, interesting. Do you twerk?
What?
Never mind your education. BVO, salute. Never mind your education. Never mind the money you make. Never mind that you're in your 30s, you ain't got no kids. And you on the market. He ignored all of that shit and asked you if you twerked. You see what I mean? Now, whose fault is that? Listen, if she wants to divest, that is her choice. That's fine. You don't like black American men? Look, black American men don't like black American women. Hence the passport boy movement. Passport bro movement. So that's your choice, queen. But you see that, queen? You see that, queen? You know whose fault that is? That's y'all fault. That's y'all fault. BPMB, salute. That's y'all fault. Here's why. These brothers can't tell the difference between a good woman and a bad woman anymore because y'all standing too close to these bad bitches. Y'all standing too close to them. Y'all standing way too close. And y'all are not holding them accountable. Y'all not telling them, stop walking around social media with your ass hanging out. Stop cussing so much. Stop glorifying a potty mouth and single motherhood. Stop doing that. The sisterhood has shot itself in the damn foot. You make all this money, you're single, you're beautiful, and she was beautiful. Natural hair too. She was dark skinned, natural hair. And I said, man, she don't want to deal with Black America, man. That's unfortunate. I'm listening to her story. She done, this is what I do for a living, da 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 da. And he says, oh, into this thing. Do you twerk? He bypassed all of that shit. He didn't care. He went straight to the sexual thing. She looked at him and she told the audience, well, I told him, no, I don't do those things. I asked him what he did, and he had a little simple job. And we ate and we went out dancing, and he kept trying to, here, drink, because he was obviously trying to get her into bed. She said, oh, no, thank you. I'm going to go head back to my hotel or whatever. Have a good night. The problem wasn't him. The problem was what he sees online. The problem is Black women are over-sexualized, and Black women have Black women to thank for that. You see what I'm talking about? No Black man did that. That was her not checking her own. Sad, right? So we catching it from all aspects, man. What do white women think about Black men? Some of it's true, some of it's not. Black man, what do they automatically think? Oh man, mandingo, big dick. We're not human to them. I told y'all what happened in Vegas. The Australian couple. This chick, I ain't even gonna get into it, man, but we was like, yo, what the fuck? Because we ran a train on his wife, it don't count. Why? We're not even people to them. It don't count. It's equivalent to her banging 5 dildos. This is like messed up, man. Enoch Berg, man, salute to you in that super chat. He says identity issues. Blackness ain't living up to the stereotypical expectations. It's being the opposite force of white supremacist psychological warfare. Teach. I'm on a job, brother. I'm on a job. Let me give y'all another example of what I'm talking about. When we say Black Messiah. In the late 80s, going into the 90s, there was a shift in hip hop music. There was a conscious era, and it ran for about maybe three or 4 years. What is this? Hold on a second. Hold on one second. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. There was a shift, and we had some really good music. This era was when I was in high school. Everybody was growing out their dreads, happy to be nappy. African colors. We was getting in touch with our roots. We was in pursuit of knowledge of self. We weren't, not everyone, but some people smoke marijuana, but it wasn't in abundance. We didn't encourage drinking and smoking. Hip hop was fun. We were all dancing and partying and I remember walking down 125th Street, and they had all of these African brothers and sisters out there. There was books, learning, and this was before the internet, y'all. We're talking 1989, 1990. Learn about your history. They would encourage us to learn about our history. It wasn't kill Whitey. It wasn't that. It was understanding. Do y'all know that hip hop has a definition, by the way? Who knows the definition of hip hop? Anybody? It's called hip hop for a reason. Hip hop is all right. Y'all ever heard the term, and YNs won't know this? You ever heard someone say, yo, I'm hip to that game plan? I know Copper knows what that means. I know Mr. Shelton, Shower, y'all heard that before. Yo, I'm hip to that game plan. What does that mean? That means I acknowledge what's going on. I understand what's happening. All right? In the hood, when we said I'm hip to that game plan, that means we knew, okay, the government done putting crack and guns in our community. Yeah, I'm hip to that. I'm not gonna sell drugs. I'm not gonna take drugs. There's a gun laying over there. Instead of picking it up, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna kick that shit into the sewer. Hop means movement. Yeah, I see I'm hip to that game plan. I know what they're doing, but I'm gonna move in another direction. They ain't gonna get me. They ain't gonna catch me lacking. Hip hop. Grandmaster Melly Mel, The Message, whom I just saw at the gym the other day. That's my OG. Hip hop. That's what it means. That's the definition. Hip hop. Hip means being aware. Hop is movement. So I just want to let y'all know what that meant. So 89, 90, there was a lot of, KRS-One. He did a 180 in his career, started talking up black people, encouraging people to get knowledge of self, being hip hop, understanding what's going on and moving in the proper direction, being respectful to your women, respectful to your brothers. If you was around back then, you saw it. And it was a wonderful thing where you can actually go into these neighborhoods and you see brothers dressed like you. They had the long dreads or whatever, and you give them a head nod or whatever. It was mad peace. It was peace. Yeah, Public Enemy. It was like I don't want to call it a militant gimmick, but you knew how they were coming. KRS-One, Public Enemy. There was a brother named Lakim Shabazz. There was a lot of independent rappers out here too. I can't name them all. You know what I'm saying? Brand Nubians emerged from that. You know what I'm saying? Then something happened. Early 90s. A fucking group called NWA came out. And this was unlike anything we've ever seen. They were from the West Coast. We ain't know shit about no California. And what we learned was that the cops was ODing out there. They had a big gang problem. Yeah, X-Clan, yeah. They had a big gang problem out there. And then we started seeing these cats getting chased through backyards, and the police brutality shit was happening, and we didn't know what was going on. And these brothers looked funny to us because we was like, yeah, they still wear Jerry curls out there? We stopped wearing that shit like at that time, like 9 years ago. We was like, what the fuck? They still wear Jerry curls out there? Ain't it hot as fuck out there? God damn. Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, all those brothers. And, we was like, what the fuck are they doing over there? Bloods and Crip. We didn't know what a Blood or Crip was. We was like, what the fuck is going on? It's a war zone out there. And it was glorified. They didn't get much airplay over here. Right? But then something else happened. 92, 93. To rival that gangster mentality. Russell fucking Simmons, in a grand marketing scheme, put together a little group called Onyx. Yeah. Throw your guns in the air. Remember that? That's 92, 93. And with that happening, hip hop had a different, dare I say, they had different avenues you can travel. You had your conscious rap, you had your gangster rap, you had your party rap. But what I noticed was the radios, it was pay for play. Whoever had, it was Sonny Caesar, Fredro Starr, Sticky Fingers, and Big DS. Whoever had the deepest pockets got the most radio play. And out here, some of this shit got spun to a point where it was like, wow, every other song I hated this group. And unfortunately, I always felt that rap music should have been in a fiction and nonfiction category. To me, it's harmless. To me, it's harmless if it was, if you bought the tape and it says, fictional or whatever. Therefore, it's harmless. The problem was when they started signing these guys that say, no, I really live this. And what happens is you give these kids, these YNs, hope that I could live this way, and I don't have to be a rapper, but I could live this way and get through it. And you got to sit these YNs down and say, man, you never watched Scarface, did you? I remember having a conversation in front of my building, and I had a couple of friends, literally 2 friends that were fascinated with that fast life. And they say, yo, hold up. They look at me, they say, yo, hold up. You mean to tell me you don't want the cars, the money, the drugs, the guns? You don't want to live like Tony Montana? You don't want to live like homie from Blow? And I'm like, no. They're like, why? All of those movies end the same way. Nino Brown, dead. Tony Montana, dead. What's his name? Blow. That was a true story. Prison for life. All those movies end the same way. What the fuck is wrong with you? And eventually, my niggas went to jail. See what I mean? Look at that. They said King Von was a serial killer. I mean, look, see? And these dudes had anthems. Anthems. And the record labels got behind these guys and said, you know what? Let's push this out. This is selling. How the fuck did we get from what we was doing from 89 to like 92, 93 to Sexy Red? Talk about gonorrhea green lip balm or whatever the hell she's selling. What are we doing? How the hell did we get from Queen Latifah and Moni Love and MC Lyte to these bitches? When the fuck did, man, I swear to God. And when we're here saying, yo, we see the play, we got to not do this, we got to not do this. Now it's like people telling us, yo, man, shut up. Okay, you know what? I'm going to shut up. Bullet Bag. I'm not defending y'all no more. Bullet Bag. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm exhausted. And it's a reflection in boxing. Keep telling y'all, why do you think we stand in the pocket for Deontay Wilder so tough? Why do you think we do that? Why do you think we stand in the pocket for Devin Haney so tough? Why do you think we do that? It goes beyond boxing. That man was cheated. And he was cheated by a racist. But y'all still want to come here and argue with us. Y'all think that shit that Teofimo said and did is okay? Y'all think if you close your eyes, it makes it go away? Yeah, Mitch was a black spade. Mitch was a black spade. Street dude. I think he a pastor now, something. I don't know what he's doing. But I know I ran into him on a 4 train. He was drugged out of his mind. I said, man, that's unfortunate. He won't even remember how he had me in the ring. He's showing me how to use proper footwork and throw a jab. That was like 86, 85. No, it was earlier than that. It might have been like 84. Mission accomplished, man. Mission accomplished. And you YNs are behaving because you just think it's the thing to do. But I'm letting y'all know this morning there's a history with this shit. There's a history with this. And if you don't understand your history, you don't even understand why you're doing what you're doing. And these YNs don't want to listen. And it's unfortunate because you got a bunch of fucking absent fathers and single moms that don't know any better. There was a teacher, it was like 2 years ago now, there was a teacher, a young sister teaching dance at a high school, and she was crying. She was so frustrated. She was ready to quit. You know why? She's trying to teach dance to a group of young girls in the school. And she's literally on her Instagram crying, saying, they told me to cut the kids told her to cut the Disney music off and play Pound Town. Now, what the fuck does a bunch of 8-year-olds know about Pound Town? Unless they're hearing it in the house. And she was frustrated. She was frustrated. Another teacher called one of the parents, and she recorded the call. She said, look, your child's acting up. I don't know if it was a girl or a boy. The child won't sit down. It's talking back and blah, 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 blah. You know what this bitch on the phone said? You can't do nothing. I'm at work. What do you want the teacher to do? Can't beat him. And check this out. You beat him, there's a chance the kid might come back with a gun. So now where we at with this? See what I mean? We're done. And J. Edgar Hoover, he done destroyed the black household since 1965 with the welfare, and we'll give you all these benefits, but you can't have no man in the house. Y'all said done. Nigga, get out. Nigga, get out. Black household, decades later, is finished. Marriage, down. Now they fighting amongst each other online. Into Kevin Samuels, who pointed everyone in the right direction, said, no, this is where it happened, y'all. Now, what we want to do is fix it. He put together mixer groups, and he said he wants women and men to get in these groups, and y'all can meet each other on there and see what happens. Next thing you know, that brother dead. Now he's dead. Huh? This man said we have to prevent the next coming of the Black Messiah. And I'm telling y'all, we don't know where it's coming from. They allowed Tyson Fury and his foreign, bald-headed, coke-sniffing, cheating ass come to this country and do what they did to our brother. And I saw other brothers celebrating Tyson Fury. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. And when you tell these niggas that, hey man, this is deeper than boxing, they don't want to hear it. I said it earlier, I'm gonna say it again. Those same niggas that was saying that we was thinking too deep, it's just boxing, where they at now? I don't see them anymore. I thought you was in the boxing. No, you just stuck around because you hated on this dark-skinned brother from Alabama. That's what you did. And nothing was done. And y'all don't care. Y'all laughed about it. And then y'all disappeared. Shout out to J. Edgar Hoover. Because y'all that's the thought process. That's the same thought process that he knew y'all be walking around with today. This is what it is. He done got in y'all head. Y'all don't even know it. You don't even know why you think this way. You don't even know. You're running around saying, oh, that was then, this is now. No, it's every day. It's everyday life. That's what The Matrix was really about. Original story written by a black woman. Do y'all understand what she really meant by The Matrix? You're walking around like everything's good. Life is life. No, there's some other shit going on. Some people wake up, most don't. Some people wake up and don't like what they see and say, hey, man, I need to go back over. Remember the first Matrix movie? He got tired of running in reality, ducking these machines and everything else. And he's like, you know what? He met up with that agent and said, man, this tastes like real steak. You know what, man? Just put me back under. I don't want to deal with this shit. And what did he do? He sold out Neo and the crew. Did he not do that? Thank you. Written by a black woman. You understand now? Do you get it? I'm tired of telling y'all to wake up. Y'all like to stay asleep. Fine, man. Stay asleep. I'm good. I'm good. Clown ass dudes, man. Clown ass dudes and even clown ass dudes, clown ass women. This man says, I want to prevent the next Black Messiah. And they did that to Deontay. They was hoping he died in the ring that day. Because when he said to this day, the antennas went up. They said, oh, let's stop this nigga before he gets started. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying they want to make sure. How did that shit happen to Devin for real? How did Gabriel Mastre get to the ring with skin gloves versus Michael Fox? How'd that happen for real? Who's the Latin dude that got to the ring, that tried to get to the ring with fucked up gloves versus Oshaki Foster? How does this shit keep happening? How does Ryan Garcia does what he does and then proves that he's a racist, and UYNs ain't doing anything but getting on the stream with him? Shakur, Keyshawn, see what I mean? Why does Tank walk around and do what he do? Ryan's your best friend now? But what did I say? Sometimes you ain't gotta lift a finger. I said that, right? You know what these demons have no control over? How God runs this world. I ain't gotta lift a finger. Look at what Tank's dealing with now. He's not out the woods yet. Shakur's getting laughed at and called boring. His career's not over yet. Look what Keyshawn did to himself. Evil's around, but it'll never win. And if y'all don't see this, if y'all don't understand this, I don't know what to tell you. Now, I had a YN or some clown trying to disrupt what I'm doing, a bot or whatever it is. But it just goes to show you, when you're on the right track, people take notice. You know, in that super chat salute, it says, blackness ain't living up to the stereotypical expectations. It's being the opposite force of white supremacy. Oh, yeah. He repeated 4 reasons. I appreciate that, good brother. Yes. This is psychological warfare, by the way. But These YNs can't think past the latest rap lyric. You dig? Brooklyn Born in that super chat, much love, good brother. He said, this is an important message to kids they need to hear. Hashtag LDBC. Yep. I appreciate that. Yeah, they need to hear it. They ain't listening. And I ain't trying to raise these YNs. I ain't trying to, you know, being a single dad is a thankless job. I tell men not to do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't come in her life and clean up her mistake. All right? Single women, you chose to be a single mom. And what you do is you raise your fucking kids. And when those kids are grown and out the house, then you can pursue a relationship. Don't expect the man to come in and help you fix your shit. You already messed up. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get my day started. It's back in biceps today. And salute to y'all. Salute to everybody. November, the Zelda Cash App. Hold on, let me check something real quick. My Cash App been acting crazy lately. Oh, salute to Couch Potato Bud in that Cash App, man. Much love and appreciation, man. Thank you so much. Salute to the Queen Shaquilla Fields from a couple of days ago. Salute to G McCall from a couple of days ago. My Cash App, it's like when I go to see who did what, that circle keeps spinning. It's bugged out, man, but I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you guys so much. I speak from the heart, man. And I'll be live tomorrow morning, talk about some more cooneries, Monkey Tuesday. And Sean Porter, you're back on the chopping block. You's a goddamn hater, bro. Sean Porter's a goddamn hater. And I'm really like, I don't respect this dude at all, man. I'm exhausted. I have zero patience, man. From these YNs and these punch drunk haters, bro. And I'm starting to think that Sean Porter's punch drunk. And actually, you know what? He's not punch drunk. You know what it is? He's a gopher. You know, go for this, go for that. And I'm starting to think he's a paid op. I'm starting to think that. We got Bud having the biggest fight of his career, biggest check in his career. And whether you're Team Bud or not, man, this brother needs our support. And what do? We're talking about him potentially being on drugs. Meanwhile, he's fighting a dude that popped dirty. The fuck are we doing, bro? But more on that tomorrow, man. Salute to y'all, man. Y'all have a good day. I think the General's on. Let's head over there, man. And support black businesses, support black channels, real ones. There's a lot of posers out here, man. And I got love for those who love me. I love you back, man. And oh yeah, next year's meetup, it's in NYC. And I'm working furiously now to get things on and popping. So I'll have information as we go along, man. So salute to y'all, man. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
All my troubles come more nigga. Yeah, it makes me mad. Why you niggas are so against somebody for you?
How much longer do you think your mom
Makes me so mad. Long enough to beat your ass if you fuck up. That's right. You might not get out of this stadium tonight. You gotta be cool because you've been watched.